I wanted to make a short presentation with more details about the RC test basin, which is the official name for the new building that has been made at ENSTA to help for various robotics experimentations. So this kind of project has been made possible thanks to CPER, which are quite important funding that share that are between the European Union, the state, the region, département, to help developing or buying scientific hardware or buildings. So this is not the first time that we have some kind of big grants like this to work on robotics, and probably some other universities had already that. But this idea of making a test room for multi-environment drones has started around 2019, where we had to first thought about what we could ask for this kind of funding, and we managed to propose this idea inside a bigger project, which is called SpaceTechDroneTech. And this project was led by mainly by the Lab-STICC, which is one of the main laboratory in West Brittany about a lot of topics, and so what was proposed for this project of test room for multi-environment drones is that we have seen that it is quite difficult to set up experiments for autonomous robots outdoor for many reasons. So this is for every type of robot, which can be underwater, above the water, ground robots or aerial robots. There are always several things that make difficult to organize the tests. For example, it can be the weather that can give some constraints. There are also safety constraints. There are also now, especially more and more legal constraints. We need also to be able to set up a meeting between a lot of people to manage all these things. So all of this is quite difficult, and we have difficulties to find existing test places where there would be a kind of controlled environment where we could still make significant tests for some outdoor robots. So the idea to solve some problems that we often encounter was to first make a big pool with so useful to test underwater and marine robots, with a sufficient space to be able to test robots on some trajectories and not just make static tests of the robots. One of the things that was lacking in most of the other existing indoor pools is that when we want to test marine robots, for example, most of the time when we are outdoor, we like to have the GPS, either for the direct navigation algorithms or to get some ground truth when we want to test algorithms that do not need the GPS. So this was something that was missing in most of the indoor pools. So we had the idea to try to make a pool with a roof and walls in specific materials that would be transparent for GNSS signals. And we found that some rooms dedicated to sports, for example, tennis or other sports, had this kind of roof and walls with a specific material that is able to let GPS signals go through. So we wanted to try to combine that. And the GPS is also useful for the test of aerial robots. So if we have enough space above the water, it could be also a good area to test aerial drones. One of the problems with aerial drones is most of the time we do not like to have water behind them, because when we want to just make tests of aerial drones, we need to land, and with the surface of the water, with some water behind, it could be a problem. So to try to solve this problem, we wanted to add some kind of cover above the surface of the pool. So one of the first idea was to make a mobile lift on all the pool, but unfortunately it was not completely possible for financial reasons and also technical reasons. We had problems to find companies able to do that. So we had to simplify the things. So what we will get is just a rolling shutter able to cover all the basin. This rolling shutter would not be able to support heavy stuff. We will not be able to walk on it, but it would be enough to let aerial drones land on them if on it if needed. And to simplify also some test and recovery of underwater robots or underwater objects, we still manage to include in the project a small submerged lift. So it is just a plate that will be able to move up and down at specific depths inside the basin, and it will be only on a limited part of the basin. We will see that in the pictures I will show. And this combination also of water area and some space to test aerial drones could be also useful for hybrid drones. So drones that would be able to fly and dive underwater, for example. So for this kind of drone, this test area is really probably the place to be, because in most of the other areas, either we have an area specific to test aerial drones, so without water inside, or we have areas with just water and without roof and wall able to get the GPS, which is usually very useful for aerial drones. So this room should make more easy this kind of test for this kind of specific robots. And also in this kind of test area, we hope to have some cameras to get videos of the robots and also to track their trajectory. So the idea is not to compete with other existing test basins or test areas, as I said. If we want to make, for example, acoustic tests, it is better to go to other bigger and deeper basin in France. If we want wave and wind generation, we do not have that. There are already other bigger basins that are really designed for this kind of test. Our test room is really has really made with in mind the idea to help the test of drones with GPS, with things to help to recover and relaunch quickly robots that are not ready, that are not completely functional, that are really in development, and be able to follow their trajectory. Or also, as I said before, it is really interesting also for multi-environment drone, which is not easy to test in other existing basin. So here are some schematics of the building. For example, the main entrance with the vehicle is from here, and the surface level of the water is at this level. So we see here the water, and here is a view from above. We can see that there is some area here to prepare the robot. You have stairs to go downstairs for the other rooms where we can also put some hardware or make some meetings. And we have also some space on the east of the basin. And here we can see the crane that can help to attach and recover, to put into the water and recover heavy robots. And here we have, so the crane is mobile, so there are some rails here, and the crane can move all from the north to the south. And we have here some kind of gate or walkway, which has also in its own rails here. And the idea is to be able to touch the surface of the water while staying dry. So it can move on all this area. And here is another view where we can see that there is some place to fly drones. So it is probably not the highest place to fly drones, but there is still some place to fly some drones. And at the in the floor below the surface of the water, we have some little meeting room here, and here is just a bathroom with showers and toilets, for example, for the divers if they need to change here. And we see the stairs to go from one floor to the other floor. The walkway should have a cabin to work inside, for example, with our computer. And okay. About the main characteristics of the room. So the main room is 30 by 20, and the usable flight area is a little bit less due to some obstacles, but there is still some room to fly. The idea when we depending on the test that we want to make, when we want to when we do not need the crane and the walkway, the idea is to store them at the north, because at the north there will probably less disturbed GPS communication with GPS satellites, and it is not visible on those pictures, but we will have the rolling shutter at the north, and it will be able to be deployed on to cover all the surface of the water when we do not need the water, and when we just want to test aerial drones, for example. And so the building has just opened. So for now, it's just a partial opening. I did not yet have the time to make tests inside, but I will try to do it soon. So for now, we will see the more pictures here. So here are real pictures. So the little meeting room is here. We have an entrance to store some robots here, and the main entrance to access the basin is here, and this is also a big door that can slide here to have a big entrance. So here is another simulated view of the inside. So here we see the walkway with the cabin. So the place of the cabin will probably be more on this side rather than in the middle, but this gives the idea. And the idea is from the walkway we can remove the protections here if we want to touch the water and touch a robot or recover a little robot from here. And this also is a good way to have a view from above to correctly see underwater robots at the vertical of them. And here we see the double crane. So you have two independent, almost independent. So we can attach a robot here and another robot here, and the blue parts can move on this, and the yellow can move from north to south on those rails. And okay, so here is one real picture when it was not yet finished, and another picture with water inside. We see here some place where we can quickly attach some robots to keep them close to the side of the basin, or also to attach some cables or anything. There is it is not completely horizontal here, because the idea is that the water normally should go from here, and the water will circulate from the space. Here at the moment, the water was not yet completely at the correct level, but it should be up to, the water should end here. So there should be something like 10 or 50 centimeters between the level of the water and the level of the borders. So here are some pictures of the floor below. So sorry, here are the stairs when we go below. There is some I did not say it, but there is some kind of lift for wheelchairs originally, but we can also transport some hardware if needed from there. So then here is what we have. So the basin is here. We are close to the side of the basin here. So we have some room here to store some robots waiting for being put at the upper level. Here is some kind of meeting room, a small room where we can be when we can, for example, prepare the robots, prepare or repair some robots. And we have a little window here that where we can see inside the basin. So here is a view of inside the window. It's probably not easy to have an idea of what we can really see, but here we see the floor of the basin. Here is one side and another side, and there are some lights also inside the basin that we can control to control the level of light, and also I think the color of the light inside the water. So I think that's all for now. We hope soon to make real experiments inside and give you, for example, an idea on the quality of the GPS at several places and videos of inside the water. So, okay, so I have finished for the presentation. So if you have